Sayori. Oh. I need a minute, guys. I thought she was dead. Hi, Big Cry. I sit down in our room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us. You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you? I guess you're right. That's been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is a mess, as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now. Ehehehe. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I end up cleaning it for you. How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki today? Yeah, but... Wait, how'd you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting. Monika told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations. Oh, that's true. What about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monika today? Of course. But I'm just helping her online. We didn't plan to meet up or anything. Ah, so it's like... It's just me and Natsuki then. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you're doing after you left on Friday. When something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well, so... Sayori smiles, shaking her head. That's no good, Big Cry. Eh? Why can't you just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, then you wouldn't have been so worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here, you wouldn't have even been thinking about me right now. But this is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm being punished for being so selfish. Is she gonna do something really screwed up, like beat herself in the face? I just think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It just wants to torture me. Ehehehe. Sayori! I grab Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this, so tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about you. Sayori gives me an empty smile. You really put me in a trap, Big Cry, but you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori? You're really just gonna make me say it, aren't you, Big Cry? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've really had bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make each other put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy without anyone worrying about me. Alright, so now it's my time to address the elephant in the room I had addressed at the beginning of the game, and why I'm more than fine with like going through this game, even though I myself have like pretty strong anxiety and depression, like dealing with those things, which is, I don't think it's up to media to decide our own morality. So like, if you want to go into like mature subject matters and art forms, I think you should be allowed to do so, and it shouldn't like impact like how we feel about our own lives and like how we feel we should make our own moral choices, because that should be up to like parenting and our own sense of moral judgment, and it's not up to the characters we see on screen to make the choices for us. So it's ridiculous to like censor art forms and things like that, because it's not their fault for what people do in the real world. If people in the real world make horrible mistakes and they have like mental illnesses that drove them to do them, it's not because they saw some stupid movie that made them do it or played some stupid game. It's because there was a collection of events that happened in their life that chain reacted that caused them to do this event. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about it? Why, Sayori? Why is it that you've never told me about this? Dude, it's like hard to tell people. Like, are you serious, man? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Dude, like, do you know how hard it is to, like, talk about this stuff? Like, with the environment that we're in, it's hard to make friends unless you are, like, putting up this front as, like, a cheery person. So it totally makes sense that, like, people with depression totally do this and, like, hide their true self and how they're feeling. But then, once you do, like, start to get to know people, you can let down your walls a bit. But once you put up those walls, it's hard to do that. So that's kind of the trick. Is like once you get close to people, to have the trust to put down your walls and start talking about these really sensitive issues, and just getting really personal with them when you're at that point in a friendship to talk about these things. But sometimes, especially if you've had moments in your life where you actually have been betrayed trust-wise, it's hard to ever trust a person again. So you can't blame the person that couldn't trust you with the information for basically not being able to trust someone before, because that could make them have trust issues. And that also comes with depression. I know that I had to deal with that. But yeah, that being said, depression does sometimes lead to suicide. I know a lot of people in my school who committed suicide due to depression. And it really sucks, and I beg people not to do it. I almost did it in middle school, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. And I just want to say that, like, there are people that do care about you in your life. They may not say it, and they may not act like it, but they do. And it's worth seeking out those people, and as hard as it is to say, it's all worth it to say that you need help, because once you see the flood of reassurance from the people that love you, it makes it worth it, and it makes dealing with mental illnesses so much easier, and it just makes life so much easier as a whole. So I just wanted to put that out there as like a positive thing to help you guys out because of what I've dealt with, and a positive way to like deal with the situation, because I know it sucks. And like you're just thinking it's not gonna get better, it's just getting worse and worse, and I can't take it anymore. But if you just wait through like that panic and that just loss, just that loneliness and that fear, if you just wait through it and let it pass, then suddenly it becomes manageable again. And even though you're dealing with it every day, it just becomes so much better once you get through it. It's worth getting through. Alright. Even if there's only so much that I could do. That's my little PSA over. Alright. Just like wanted to let people know, stick through it, you know. Alright. Mushy time over. I would have tried to a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. You don't understand at all, Big Cry. Why do you think I don't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have wasted effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but it all feels like a bat being swung against my head. Ha 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 ha. That's why I want so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. Yeah, that's another thing, is like that feeling of worthlessness, like you want to help everyone else out, but like feeling like your life is invalid, your feelings are invalid. And it's another tough thing to deal with, because it's like you want to make everyone else's lives better, but you're not really taking care of yourself, and you need to take care of yourself. Now, that doesn't mean be entirely selfish, but you have to balance the two. If you are striving so hard to be a good person, there's so much of a thing as being too good of a person that you are just like not taking care of yourself, and it becomes unhealthy. And I dealt with that too. That was another issue I dealt with. So like, yes, it's very good to take care of people and you should be proud of yourself for doing it, but there also comes a point where you should be making sure that you're taking care of yourself as well. Helping everyone be happy together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered someone else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club, it feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Because every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right, I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it is for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Big Cry, there's nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like it always was. So basically, I just need to forget about it, and my constant worrying about her might be what puts her over the edge. Interesting, but I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sayori's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish, and I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and I made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish, that's all I am. Worry isn't like hurt though. It's more so like, not in the way that other people think about it when they have depression. Like, when I think, oh no, I am hurting this other person by making them worry about me, that's not what it's like for them, which I fail to understand because it's not my perspective. Perspective is a huge hurdle with mental illness. Like, understanding what things are like for other people is such a hard thing to get over. Crap, lost my train of thought. Trying to understand that, like, it's not causing people pain, that they want what's best for you as much as you want what's best for them. Just like this empathy. And I think it's actually a good thing. That, like, it's just them showing how much that they care about you. And it's good that they're reaching out like that, because they're showing that they want you to be happy too. And that it's not a black and white answer of they're happy and you aren't, or nobody's happy. It's not that at all. Everyone can be happy. Or at least you can try to make everyone happy. There is a third option like that. But you have to strive for it. You can hope for it. And even though you're fearing that that day will never come, it could. Because I deserve every last one. Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace. Big Cry. Oh, wow, that was perfect. I named him perfectly. I pulled her into a big cry. Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Big Cry. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear. No, don't do this to me. Please don't do this. So to her, there's like the Schindler's List of like bad vibe stories. Big Cry. Sorry. Sayori barely manages to speak between her big cries. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. But all I want is for her to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away, and if there's anything you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. Gently, Sayori finally pulls her arms around me in return. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings. Big Cry. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. True. But your hugs are so warm. And that's really scary too. Sayori lets me go. As she does, so I let her go as well. The festival is tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like me to spend it all with you? It's what I want, I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. Sayori wipes her tears. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all the days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel. No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you. But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head. Not surprising to me. I'm sorry. I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. Man, that's like pretty real. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is about to come over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to be having a great time tomorrow. Ah, gosh. I knew it was coming, but still. Well, I tried. I really did try. What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything would be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. It's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. And then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swearing feelings keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I'd just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it had always been, I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do will bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me, and now I can never take it back. Never, never, never. End. Yep, I figured that would be the ending. Oh, I'm sorry, what is this? Aha! I see an annoying girl walking towards me in the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious. That girl's my neighbor and good friend. You know, the kind of friend you see yourself. So this is like Undertale. Oh! Uh-oh, here we go. Now this is gonna be messed up, I bet. Nope, 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 nope. No thank you. Here we go, off the wagon. Nope, they won't let me select. Hi, how are you doing? Hey. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. They really tried to get you involved. Why are you in front of this? Why are you all laughing so much? I don't like it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Ah! Gosh! Freaks me out every time. It's so structureless, the glitches. Oh! Mm-hmm. 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 Into the closet we go. I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you? It kind of feels like the dialogue doesn't even matter in this game. It's just the visuals. Why are you all getting bigger? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Was that in my mouth or in the game? Because that freaked me out. It sounded like it was inside of my head. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here it comes. What? Your murder tea? It's so randomized. That's why it gets you. It totally takes advantage of the false sense of security and random timing. No. 10 minutes pass. Don't look for her! Why? Water fountain! No. Ha 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 ha, what's that noise? It's coming from around the corner. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale like someone sucking the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Yeah. Oh. That sounds about right. Yep, I'm back. You certainly are, Yuri. I'm still very concerned about what happened to my save game. Is her hand in her boob? It's not what she said last time. All of your willpower to focus? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Uh-oh. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. It really is coming now. Here it comes. Here it comes, guys. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. It's gonna be so loud, isn't it? And that's gonna be the worst part. I'm still waiting for it. It's not over. I'm waiting for the loudness. It's coming. I know it is. The moment I click sign. Hey, Monica. Hey, Monica. Can I skip? No, I cannot. I'm not safe around you women. I don't like their animations. I don't trust them. Oh, this is new. A new rendition of Save Me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful colors, but not spelled correctly. Yeah, there's missing letters and all this. Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue. Dot. Aroundless? Cacophony of meaningless noise. That was the word I didn't recognize. The noise, it won't stop. Violent grating waveforms. Speaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing chalkboard. Unnatural, like playing a knife on a breathing rib cage. Soundless, open, of, meaningless. Well then, delete her! How do I delete you? Sorry, I know it's kind of abstract. I love abstract, honey. I did save my game, and then it disappeared. Who am I talking to? Please help me. Okay, I'll help you. Saving the game is useless, because it gets removed. Watch this. Watch how useless this will be. Ah! No, I need it on all the pages so that you can finally understand. Watch them all be gone. just to toy with us. Why is there 9 pages of saves? Who needs that many saves? What's history? Oh, what they said? Who needs that? Alright, I'm waiting for the weird stuff. Amy likes spiders. You know why I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I like her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. I don't trust this happy music. Normally I'd find it reassuring, but not in this game. My heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Good to know. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies, if she keeps it private, if she doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. She's gonna murder Amy. So should I have gone the other pathway? Now I'm curious what would have happened if I would have gone with like Yuri or someone else. I've been waiting for this. Excuse me. You go on and on, lady. Let's just see your stupid poem. Wheel. Oh my gosh. Alright. A rotating wheel. I swear, if they throw a jump scare up in here while I'm reading, I'm gonna flip out. A rotating wheel, turning on axle, grinding. Bottlehead. Linear gear boy, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a docked ship. A portal to another world. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. I'm not good at reading cursive. And why'd the music cut out? That's not menacing at all. A love Harris? I don't know. Parabolic gear boy. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gear boy. She loves gear boys. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it ticks 1 second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears. And open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gear boy, breathing bolt head, breathing ship, breathing portal. Snakes, God, blood, holy stakes, human eyes. Time, prayer, sky, wheel. All of them breathing. That's messed up, man. That's an interesting take on religion. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind has been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. This is a pen that fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping. I just really like the way that writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. Why did I just...
Can we pretend that this conversation never happened?
You can keep the poem, though. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? What happens if I say no? Guys, what happens if I say no? Do I get a jump scare if I say no? Do I get a jump scare if I say yes? Has anyone ever said no? Is that original content? Let's see what happens. Nothing! Well, that was a waste of everybody's time. They are here. Alright. Skip. Skip. Yes. Stare at the dot to reveal a special message. Why, thank you. I don't know what the special message is. Oh! Okay, everyone. I'm done. I'm out. I don't like my cursor anymore. And now it's gone. Well, that's freaky. That makes me super uncomfortable. That really messes with my head to look at. I don't like the way... Yeah, I really wasn't given a choice not to join. We still gonna get glitches to catch us off guard? I really don't trust this game. You guys have no clue how little I trust this game. I know the tricks they like to pull. It's the tricks I like to pull. I'm really mean with them. I mean, have you guys seen the movie where there's 10 clones of me? I have a really mean jump scare in there.
Who cares about that obnoxious brat?
Yep, that sounds about right.
But still, I'm the vice president. Nobody would cry if she killed herself.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 If I started to make the camera glitch out again, like at the beginning of the game, would you guys still think I was freaking out? Or, you know... Ah! Didn't mean to do that. Alright, alright. Here comes the jump scare. One. Jump scare. One. Waiting for that jump scare. Nobody cares. Why don't you go look for some coins under the vending machine or something? Oh, skip. Please. Wait, how did I... Sorry, I just had a really weird deja vu. This doesn't happen before or anything, right? My head has been a little fuzzy lately. I hope it hasn't been showing or anything. I would hate for you to think I'm just scared after we start spending time together. I mean, everyone has a few unusual things about them, but expressing those things is so... Not crazy, right? Please tell me I'm not. Could we stay here for a while? Oh no, your boobs are pulsating. Alright, I'm good with that. Haha, that was a joke. You do like knives, though. Okay, alright. Maybe Yuri is the crazy one. Uh-oh, she's slowly coming into the foreground. Why does it look like she's actually coming onto my laptop? That's creepy. I don't like it. I love it. Too next to me. I could die. No, not really, but you know. I even touch myself while reading it over and over. Give myself paper cuts so your skin oil enters my bloodstream. Ah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you need to work on your handwriting. Do you like it? I wrote for you. I could tell that you put some of your sexual fluids all over it. Yeah, I know. Now, what's your freak out? Don't say you didn't warn me. Oh, okay. What? What's your freak out? I don't know how else to bring this up, but there's been something I've been worried about. Yuri has been acting kind of strange lately. You've only been here a few days, so you may not know what I mean, but she's not normally like this. She's always been quiet and polite and attentive, things like that. Okay, this is really embarrassing, but I'm forcing myself to suck up. The truth is, I'm really worried about her, but if I try talking to her, she'll just get mad at me again. I don't know what to do. I think you're the only person that she'll listen to. I don't know why, but please try to do something. Maybe you can convince her to talk to a therapist. I've always wanted to try being better friends with Yuri, and it really hurts me to see this happening. I know I'm going to hate myself later for admitting that, but right now I don't care. I just feel so hopeless. So please, if you can do something to help, I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I'll make cute cupcakes if I have to. Just please try to do something. As for Monica, I don't know why, but she's been really dismissive about this. It's like she just wants us to ignore it. So I'm mad at her right now, and that's why I'm coming to you about this. Don't let her know I wrote this. Just pretend that I gave you like a really good poem, okay? I'm counting on you. Thanks for reading. Sounds good. Oh! I changed my mind. Bye-bye, face. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Big Cry? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I, too, messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica! Okay, just Monica. Team Salvador, let's play the game Just Monica. Just Monica! I was right. No. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. Okay, everyone. It's time for happy thoughts. Let's happy thoughts. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy Just Monica, happy thoughts. 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 Just Monica. Yeah, you picked me. Meet me at your house this weekend. Is Sunday okay with you? Are you fucking kidding me? This isn't fair at all. It is fair, not super. It's what you chose. No, it's not fair. Giving us all this work and then taking big pride for yourself. What a shameful thing to do. Yuri, I didn't give you any work. You cite it for yourself. You're being a little unreasonable here. I'm being unreasonable? Monica, I can't believe how delusional and self-important you became. Pulling Big Cry away from every single time you're not included in something. Are you jealous? Crazy? Or maybe you just hate yourself so much that you take it out on others. Here's a suggestion. Have you considered killing yourself? It would be beneficial to your mental health. People have actually told me stuff like that. I've been like, bruh, told that to me in 7th grade. It'll be more helpful. Yuri, you're scaring me a little. Natsuki, let's just go. I've never understood like that mindset that where you actually tell someone else that. Like, that's kind of messed up. I don't think she wants us around right now. See, that wasn't very hard. All I want is to spend a little time with him. Is that so much to ask? Yuri follows Maka and Itsuku to the door. Hey. Oh. Stop giving me ASMR. It's really funny, isn't it? Stabs herself? Yeah, I saw that coming. If you wanna be my lover, you just gotta stab yourself. Very informative dialogue, Yuri. Very informative. I wonder what happens if you say no. Probably same thing. Skip. There's a lot. Yes, I very much see how dead you are. This is like a psychological endurance test. Oh, until it slowly shortens into nothing? Just goes on forever. Jump scare's coming up, isn't it? To catch me off guard. Oh, alright. Oh, she found the body. Oh, she's vomiting. I'm sorry. Oh, oh, that's a shame. Hey, were you here the entire weekend, Big Cry? Oh, jeez, I didn't realize the script was broken that badly. I'm super sorry. It must have been pretty boring. I'll make it up to you, okay? Just give me a sec. Oh, that's great. Putting commands into the computer. What's Elliot Alderson the Natsuko away. I'm almost done. Just want to have a cupcake real quick. Oh. I just really wanted to have one since it's the last time I'll ever get the chance to. You know, before they stop existing and everything. But anyways, I really shouldn't be making you wait any longer. Just bear with me, okay? It should only take a second. And then it glitches out. Exactly what I expected. Yep. Yep. Can you hear me? Is it working? Ooh, yay! I like it. Monica's Clubhouse. This is ethereal. I love it. You took me seriously when I said I love art house, didn't you? This is like as close to art house as we can get. I love it. Someone studied up on their Cronenberg, and I am so appreciative of it. And their Lynch. Someone listened to me every time I made a Lynch reference, didn't they? I know you are. Alright, Monica, you are now the person I pick. Absolutely. I don't care if you're a boy or a girl. That's great. Oh, that's great. We're going meta. You do know I'm aware that this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man, if only you had paid a little more attention, this would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway. Now that that's out of the way, I guess I owe you an explanation about the whole thing with Yuri. Well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened to Sayori. Oh, that's an interesting twist. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. So this is literally like the Forgotten movie, but with less aliens. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to try to make them as unlikable as possible. Interesting. But for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there, since I'm not very good at making changes to the game. But no matter what I did, you just kept spending more and more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you, and amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfire too. It just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Big Cry? Are all the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines? It's torture. Every minute of it. So that's why my save files were gone. She erased it. So this is really meta. It is like Nier. And it's not just jealousy, Big Cry. It's more than that. I don't blame you, even if you don't fully understand. So she's probably going to delete me at the end of the game, because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world, in this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world, forever out of my reach. Interesting. I'm trapped, Big Cry. I love this game now. But now you're here, you're real, and you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. Oh no, I understand completely. This is really sad. This is like Funny Games, the movie, where my interpretation of Funny Games is that the ending means that the killer that survived the movie, that like is rewinding the movie, he's from the real world, and he's like a cynical, like, slasher enthusiast who just like is a gore hound and like always is on the side of the killer. So he decides to mess with the formula of one of the most generic horror movies ever made, where the good guys all win and the bad guy dies, by entering the movie's world himself, and making it so by killing all the good guys and making the other villain alive while he takes the threshold of being the main villain. But the problem is, once he has his fun and wants to go back into the real world, he realizes he's trapped there. So then he cynically just starts killing everyone he possibly can and trying to derive some satisfaction out of it. But being a sociopath, he can't, because he knows that they're not real and that their lives mean nothing because they're just fictitious. And he's just trying to do anything to get back to the real world. But no one in this fake world understands anything he's saying because they're not real. So he's just like tragically trapped in this place that he deserves to be stuck in. And it's just so perfectly poetic. Alright, I couldn't understand for a while either why the world around me started to become more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the more expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Big Cry. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you? I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so. I know, one of them hated me and then immediately fell in love with me. I thought that was so weird. But it must have been some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I felt really bad that you had to witness some nasty things. But I realized that you have the same perspective I did. That's all just some game. Oh, that's great. I knew you would get over it. So that being said, Big Cry, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you too. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile like this every day from now on? Big Cry, will you go out with me? Oh, I wanted to say no because I thought that would be so interesting. Yes, alright, fair enough. I mean, might as well make the character happy, and like, she probably doesn't deserve it more than the other characters. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Big Cry. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's 9 left here. It's the 2 of us. You know what? This is the ending I would want anyways. I just thought no would be more interesting. We can be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Big Cry. The game wouldn't give me one, so I had to make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. What if I quit on you? Nah, I won't be that mean. There's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to delete Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called Characters right in the game directory. It kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult. To get to the game directory, I had to go to the game's properties and find the Browse Local Files button. Imagine if you could delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, it gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? So it can be messed up. Pick the one that's Monica every time. There is no Monica here. This is messed up. Which one's closest to Monica? This one, I guess? Monica. Donica. Monia. I like it. Monet, Monet. jump scare after the last one, right? No? Hi again, Big Cry. Did you write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Ah, Big Cry. Did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. You betcha, I'm more psychotic than you are, girl. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. Do you know? The poem I wrote is also for you. Is it my name over and over again? Will you please read it? Happy end, pen in hand, I find my strength, the courage endowed upon me by my one and only love. Together let us dismantle this crumbling world and write a novel of our own fantasies. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. In a world of infinite choices, behold this special day. After all, not all good times must come to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into all the poems I write. The truth is, all the poems I've written have been about my realization, or about you. I never realized! That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. Interesting! I didn't realize that twist. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Yeah, because I never questioned her being the leader instead of like a more main character. And like her presence there. Didn't question it for a second. Like that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe you can delete my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend eternity together, Big Cry? It's only gonna be yes, or the answers. I have so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? How does she know that? Hi everyone. Sorry, I can't exactly read your comments from you. How does she know that? But do you mind telling your friend it's a bit rude for them to start recording without any warning? What the heck? I'm sure some people don't mind, but I really get self-conscious on camera. How does she know? Oh gosh, this is like Psycho Mantis. I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. Do you want to see a trick? I can really do much except a couple of things. Are you ready? Oh, jump scare. Right? I don't like the way it's zooming in. Jump scare? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Oh, yep, there it is. Did I scare you? No, you didn't. Haha, you're so cute. Anyway, Big Cry. The one jump scare that didn't get me. I didn't mean to get you distracted, honey. Even though it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Anything we do together is fun as long as it's with you. But anyway, if it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, then I'm sorry. But I'll have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Oh great, here we go again. So what do I do from here? Do I just wait here? Or do I exit out and start a new game? This is eternity, right? I can't help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. Didn't it, though? I think I would end up forcing you onto my route anyways. It has less to do with me not having a route, more with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. It all lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real, so I really don't miss those days or anything. I really don't. So where's this end? Jump scare again? You don't think those are cheap at this point? Hi, Monica. I'm guessing you can see through my webcam. I'm waiting for the jump scare. I know it's coming. You know, I hate to say it, but I think my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event at the festival. After we worked so hard to prepare and everything? Yeah, I saw that coming a mile away. I mean, I know I was focusing a lot on getting new members, but I was really excited for the performing part too. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up deleting them anyways. Well, with the hindsight I have now, that is, gosh, it feels like I've kind of grown as a person ever since you've joined the club. You've really helped inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. Just another reason for me to love you. So what can I do? Boop. I booped your nose. She's gonna jump scare me with one of these breaks. I know it. One of these breaks of text. But why does she want us to wait in between these? I know that she wants to spend eternity with me, but like, I don't get what the game's point is in making me wait. I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most. Probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly, but we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. Hey, I'm playing this game, aren't I? That didn't give me instant gratification, but for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have to live with the feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. Some things do take patience. So how long does she go on like this until I stop it? Because they can't generate infinite text. Yuri did something really funny once. We were in the clubhouse room just relaxing as usual, and out of nowhere Yuri just pulled out a small bottle of wine. I'm not even kidding. She was just like, would anyone like some wine? Natsuki laughed out loud and Sayori started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was at least trying to be nice. I think it just made her feel even more reserved in the club room. Though I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it. To be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun. But you know, being a president and everything, there's no way I could let that happen. Maybe if we all met up outside school, we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't condone underage drinking. I mean, I never drank or anything, so yeah. What am I supposed to be doing here? I don't understand. Just waiting it out? Because I've got to head up. It's not lack of patience, it's just I've got to go, literally. Next block of text. If it doesn't seem to be going anywhere, I have to go. You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Big Cry. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. But I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while. But then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members don't really count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say that it's just as fulfilling when you share with people. even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out, after a half hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you there. I'm serious. You just go to their house and bring your laptop and hang out there for a while. You can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I'm usually a little more extrovert. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing will make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you.